we're live.
All right. Yeah.
Not gonna be nervous?
A little. It's okay
Let's
though.
get shit off. Hey, what's up, Facebook? Brandon or Reclaiming Lives Recovery Cafe. I got a really good friend of ours here, part of the cafe and part of the recovery community, Andrea Holloway. The reason I asked her on today is I have had numerous people on that have had significant amounts of clean time, and you know their story's great and it's wonderful and it's everything you want to hear, except when I go into the rooms, what I like to hear is I don't want to hear the same people talking all the time. What I like to hear is I like to hear the newcomer. The newcomer always reminds me of exactly where I'm at in my recovery. It reminds me why I do what I do and why I give away what I give away that was so freely given to me. So today I asked Andrea to come on with me. How much time you got today?
119 days.
Come on, Blair. And the reason I asked her to come on was because it's not about how much clean time you have, it's about what you do with your recovery. She said something to us the other day, which I'm going to kind of remind her, she'll probably say it. I asked you the other day, Andrea, first off, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you though?
Yeah.
You're killing it, bro.
Yeah.
Big time. I asked you the other day, when you came in and returned the phone, we said, how's COVID been for you? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
What was your response?
That I honestly feel like it's been a blessing to me, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like having to just stay at home and learn how to be okay with myself. You know what I mean? And truly learn how to. It's really taught me how to love myself. You know what I mean? And I'm able to sit and be okay, and be content. And I've done a lot of work to be able to get there.
Right, and it's for a lot of people, you know, that time of they don't know what to do with themselves next. It puts them into kind of a panic mode. But like when you said it the other day, you had like this look of confidence.
Yeah.
You know, like you really get out of situations what you put into them.
For sure.
And you know, we've watched you step into this situation. When was the tipping point when you realized, okay, I'm done, I need to get clean? What did that look like?
Well, this time I was just out for a long time, you know what I mean? My son was with his dad, or with my dad, and I was looking at some prison time also, you know what I mean? So, at first it was that I didn't want prison time, but it's truly turned around and I want this now for myself, you know? I want to be a mother for my son.
How old's your son?
He'll be 11 in a couple months.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Gavin.
What's up, Gavin? Yeah. So, I remember you before, like you put all your time and effort into being a mom, and now you get to be that today.
Oh yeah.
Like, what are some things you do with your kid now that you're clean? Like, what is that you miss doing when you were out there loaded?
I actually get to be present. You know what I mean? Even if I was there with him when I was loaded, I really wasn't. You know, in my mind. And so today, you know, I get to listen to what he's actually saying to me and respond back to him, and you know, get on the floor and interact with him, you know what I mean, or talk to him, teach him some life lessons, just you know what I mean.
Parental lessons.
Yeah, for sure, it's amazing.
So have you found yourself during this whole episode, and I try not to give it power, but I'm just so curious, so you're learning how to live clean again.
Yeah.
You already knew how to be a mom, but you're relearning these skills that you so lost, that you probably gained a few more. Since this whole thing, is he being homeschooled right now?
Yeah.
So are you now a teacher?
Somewhat, yeah.
You learn how to be a teacher?
Yeah.
Are you getting more respect for teachers at school now?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Why is that?
Like, so I even hear him when he gets on Zoom in the morning, he does his classroom with his teacher, and you know, kids can be very impatient or whatever, and she has just so much patience with him in the way she explains stuff to him, or you know, when he's being defiant. Like, she is amazing, you know, and I really, really appreciate that, because I can get frustrated pretty easy and want to give up sometimes, you know.
Right.
But man, those teachers are amazing, you know.
You know, I got to give it up to them too. Like, for all you teachers out there, and all you parents that are becoming teachers out there.
Yeah.
You know, holy smokes, good job. Because what I'm catching is like, we had a guy, Tommy, on who's like, yeah, since this whole COVID thing, like I've learned how to be a teacher, a gardener, a mechanic. I mean, he started going off on all these things. He got to learn how to be, and it's just like, my heart goes out to the with a lot of care behind it, with a lot of the recovery community that's relearning how to live, that has to patiently go through this time. You can get clean during COVID. You can get clean during anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like it ain't shit. Like it ain't shit.
Yeah.
Right? So what are some things you do with your recovery today? How do you keep your recovery moving? How do you keep pushing forward?
I mean, every morning I wake up, I write down what I'm grateful for.
Every morning?
Every morning. My friend, my roommate, Sam, she's really helped me.
Sam!
Yeah, Sam.
We love you!
She gave me that idea, and we both started doing it together, and so that's something I've carried on. I read reading every morning, and not always will I write about it, but if I really feels like it pertains to myself in my recovery that day, I'll write it out.
Is it like the J4T you read? Is that what you read?
Yeah. And then also, my meetings, I have a sponsor, I'm working the steps. That's something I've never done before, ever. And I've been in and out of recovery for the last 9 years. So.
What have you found? Like, why this time? Why did you feel like getting into that step working guide was so significant this time, other than the last couple times?
Well, I've always heard it suggested. You know what I mean? And I guess I didn't take it serious before, and this time I truly, truly want it.
So, are you saying like before you had reservations, kind of?
I don't feel like I had reservations, but I definitely wasn't working to recover, my recovery. So, yeah, I just led right back down that road again.
So, the word grateful and the word proud are two different things. Okay. So, and if it's personal, you can tell me to mind my own business and just shut up, Brandon, and we'll suck it up there, Buttercup. But what did you write down that you were grateful for this morning?
So also, me and my friend Sam were having a talk a few days ago.
She just wrote something on the screen.
Yeah, about losing sight of small things you're grateful for, the smallest things. And so I made that a point this last week. So coffee, my car, and a phone and a charger.
Coffee.
You know what I mean? Like.
Oh no, trust me,
really?
I get it. Like if we don't have coffee in this room in the morning, things can get a little chaotic and hectic. Hence today.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a lot bigger things than that. You know what I mean? But
so you kept your license through this whole thing?
My driver's license? Yeah. I've always had my driver's license.
Good job.
Yeah.
And you said a phone and a phone charger.
Yeah.
A phone charger. And I can so relate to that because when we were out there loaded.
An outlet to plug it in, some power, a roof over my head.
You got a charger I can borrow?
Yeah.
Bro, you got a charger I can borrow? And then you skedaddle with it, or somebody asks you and they skedaddle with it. You're like, oh, that's funny. Those are three. I can relate on all three of those things. Those are really good. Those are actually, and those are little things, right, that lead up to the big things.
Yeah.
I say that in goal making. Like, do you write goals down?
Yeah, we kind of have to for the place I live at, road retreat and stuff. So they make us do those things. So.
Do you do little ones that work up to big ones, or how do you do your goals?
I mean, we have to write down a few short-term and long-term goals. You know what I mean? And I'm working towards those things.
Short-term goals seem to me harder to me than they are to the long-term.
Really?
Because you can work up to a long-term. Short-term you got to do every day. It's like, damn it! Now I got to get into routine.
Yeah.
Damn it! You know what I mean? But there was something I was going to say to you. Dang it! It's spaced my mind because of the dang goals question. But with that being said, like when you find yourself, because you said you had 100 and some days clean, which is super amazing.
Yeah.
When you find yourself in a predicament of like playing pickle with your thoughts, you know what I mean? How do you get through those times of like, I don't want to say the word trigger, but like when you get triggered, when you have those thoughts, how do you get through those in the recovery?
So, this is one thing I've been real grateful for, and I honestly feel it has to do with the work I'm doing. Like, I haven't really had those, yesterday there was, I walked to go get something to drink from Circle K, and just to take a walk, and I seen that the Purple Parrots were open, and for a second there it went through my mind like to gamble, and that's something I can't do. You know what I mean? I knew I wasn't going to, but it really tripped me out that I actually even had the thought.
For the first time.
For the first time.
In 100 and some days.
Yeah. So I called my friend, and you know what I mean? She stayed on the phone with me the whole time I went to Circle K. Because then there was even somebody there asking me, like, hey, you got anything going on? And I seen a couple other people that were doing some drug deals, you know what I mean? So that friend stayed on the phone with me until I got back home. I wasn't too triggered, but the whole Purple Parrot the Purple Parrot thing got me for a second. I'm like,
for those
did
of
I
you
really think of that?
For those of you that don't know, Purple Parrot is a gambling facility we have here in Southern Oregon. Because whether you know it or not, we get people all over the country watching this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's a big deal because drugs and gambling, they go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly, right?
For sure.
So, like, first I want to really congratulate you on those steps that you had made to be able to perform the right steps to be able to not only walk away from that, but walk through that.
Yeah, I definitely played the tape all the way through. You know what I mean? When I thought about it, like, and then what really pushed me away was that icky feeling you get after gambling. Like, I don't even care if it was $2 I lost, you know what I mean? I just get that icky feeling.
No, and
I did not want it.
It's this. So I too, which you know, I too was an avid gambler, a gross avid gambler, dude. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with gambling. I'm just saying, like, for me, like, to me, it's icky because I've probably thrown $100,000 in those machines.
Oh yeah.
And like, I know that feeling you had. Like, when you said it, I was walking literally side by side in your feelings with you just now through those.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. So I hope that you put that up on your, like, I accomplished this list. Because, bro, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like they say, like, yeah, I might not get here just to use drugs. That's fine and dandy.
Yeah.
And congratulations, because not a lot of people have that, you know. Like, not a lot of people, and for those who aren't that strong, call us. But, like, the things you did while you were using your drugs, you're still going to have to walk through those things. Because those are the things that actually stem the word that the clinical term is triggers.
Yeah.
You know? And that's a scary moment. So what a big deal.
Yeah. Like,
you know?
Character defects or behaviors, things like that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things I'm truly working on.
Have you ever Googled the word character defect?
No.
Dude, I dare you.
Okay.
I dare any of you out there. Google the word character defect, dude, and tell me that you ain't at least half of those for the recovering addicts out there. You know what? Even the normies, man. Yeah. Google the word character defects, and it might blow your mind, because when I was doing, it was actually me, my buddy Doug, and Marcus, and they were up to their step where the character defects came out. And I was way back in mine, but we were kind of fumbling around together, and they Googled the word character defects, and they listed like 20 words, and then it said see more. Like, there's more? Like, I was almost scared to touch the see more, dude. Like, I was already all 20 of those, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But those are the kinds of things, once you realize that you get to work through, that once you become a better person, like, you are able to grow from those. I don't want to say that character defects are a bad thing, because they definitely make who you are. But you could definitely work through the negative part of those defects, because, bro, you walked away from that. Calling somebody.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have that. A lot of people, Jose, would, like, literally throw $500 in the machine, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And, like, while they're in recovery, you know, and they'd be like, yeah, dude, like, I've seen it happen, and it hurts, and it's like, they don't think they have a problem still, you know? So that's a big deal, and I want to really recognize that. That was a good job. Have you had any other feelings like that, or any other issues like that in the last 100 days that you've been able to walk through? So,
not really.
Have you had friends come to you with situations where they're like, Andrea, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
How do you go about that?
I just give them advice that, you know what I mean, because I've most likely been in that situation. Like I've said, I've been in and out of recovery for the last 9 years, so there's a lot of things that I have done, you know what I mean, and I've learned from those mistakes, and now today I know what to do with that, you know, so I just give them my advice.
Can you give us a breakdown? I really don't care how long it is, really. as long as it doesn't take the rest of the day because we're busy. I'm just joking. About what your recovery looks like from start to beginning right now. I want to know what the whole recovery story, not your addiction story. I want your recovery story. Like, did you go to treatment?
Yeah.
Did you like?
Yeah.
Would you let me know? Like, let us all know exactly.
Yeah,
what
I went into the detox center, and
for what?
Heroin.
Okay.
And meth, and so I was there waiting to get into a treatment center, which looked like it was going to be Klamath Falls, and then next day, and I wanted to stay at the detox center for 14 days, which is usually 7-10 days, but it takes me a long time to detox usually, you know what I mean? So they were going to give me that 14 days, but a spot opened up at the Ark, where I wanted to go in the first place, so I had to go. I think I was only in detox for 5 or 6 days, and so I took it. I went to the Ark, and you know, I was okay, and I got right in there, and I just put my all into it, you know, and I was really open-minded. I was willing. I was in there until I had 58 days clean. I got into road retreat, where I'm so blessed to be. You know, I live with other women.
You're still there today?
Yep, still there today. Live with other women that, you know, we all try to lift each other up, and it's just amazing, you know. And I got a sponsor after I got out, and like I said, you know, I'm working the steps. I talk to my sponsor daily, sometimes more than once a day. We invite all of our girls that we were in the Ark with that are still doing good over to have dinner at our house, or a friend's house, you know, once, twice a week. You know, we all get together, we do dinner, we all stay in touch.
What's your favorite food?
I like the barbecue. I like steak.
Steak.
I'm always the one cooking.
Are you?
Yeah.
The old steak flipper?
Yeah.
You get to feed your kid today?
What?
You get to feed your kid today
Oh
instead
yeah.
of
Oh yeah.
wonder how to feed him. You get to, you know,
Yeah.
you know what you're gonna put. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so Andrea, how many days clean?
19.
119 days clean.
Almost 4 months.
Andrea, almost 4 months clean. What's your proudest moment? Remember, I said grateful and proud.
When I actually opened up the step working guide and started putting pen to paper. You know what I mean? Like, that's something I thought I would never do. Reading and writing is really hard for me. And so to do that I'm super proud of myself, you know? I haven't read a book when I was in the Ark, and I've never read a book in my life unless it was
Have you
a
ever
book
even
to
read
my
a
son.
book?
Never.
That's crazy.
Yeah. My counselor gave me a book, and
What book
I
was
read
it?
it. It's called You a Badass.
You are a badass.
I have that book.
Yeah.
You are
That's
a badass.
the only book I've ever read.
What was that book about?
Teaching you how to be a badass in life, really. I mean, teach you about meditation and just outlooks on life. Just how to change your perspective on life, you know?
How did it change your perspective on life?
It's helped a lot, you know. Some days I forget, but
You're human.
when I apply it truly helps a lot.
Well, I like to just let you know, like, I wasn't kidding. Like, you are a badass. You are a part of the cafe now. Do you enjoy the circles that you're in?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think I've got to do 3.
Yeah.
So
you've only been in 3 now.
Yeah, I've only been in 3 weeks.
But you showed up every
week
so far.
The week before I went and picked a few of them up, and we all went up to Roxanne and hiked Roxanne. So that was like super awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your circle leader's pretty neat too.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah, he is cool. I know him from.
You know, I had a feeling. You remember when I said I'd had a feeling you'd be good in that circle?
Yeah.
I had a feeling about it. Like, I can just like read how you are, and I know how he is, and like how you lift people up. And I just want to say, like, I'm just gonna speak a little bit into your life right now. Like, you keep going on this road you're going on, dude, and you can be sitting right where we're sitting. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that you are going to be able to move mountains. You probably already can. You absolutely can.
Thank you.
Once you apply yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like, you are a badass. Don't sell yourself short. when you wake up in the morning, high five yourself. Give yourself, you know, dude, I remember when I was in early recovery and I was like, man, I really got this. I used to wake up, give myself a fist bump in the mirror because I had one more day.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm done fist bumping. Now I'm trying to high five the moon. You know what I mean? Like, these are real things, and I just see so much in you. You're gonna do great things. All right, Andrea. So, like, if you have a couple suggestions, words of wisdom for those people that are in early recovery that are unsure how to get there, that just can't seem to find their way, what would you tell them right now?
That you're worth it. You can do it, and really, really get connected, you know, with people around you that have clean time, that know what they're doing, and stay connected and don't lose that connection. Take suggestions, even if they sound silly or difficult, or, you know, just take them. You know, I've always thought suggestions were just dumb, you know, and all those phrases and things, but they're so true. They're true, and they truly help you.
And you can't give suggestions unless you've taken suggestions.
Yes.
You know, so take those suggestions, because, like you said, even if they sound silly, they're there for a reason.
Yes,
like,
they are.
Whoever's giving you those suggestions aren't going to tell you to hop on one foot in the middle of Crater Lake Avenue. That's not what they're going to do. But, you know, the suggestions they give you could potentially save your life. And if you feel like you're going to use, you know, give yourself 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Rethink your thoughts. You know, give yourself another chance at life, and come see us.
Pick up a phone, call somebody.
Yeah, that 1,000-pound phone really ain't no 1,000 pounds. I'm so, you know, like, it really weighs as much as your phone weighs in your pocket, bro. That 1,000 pounds, that metaphorical BS is not even real, dude. Like, pick up the phone, because in reality, you did anything in your power to go get a sack. Do everything in your power to come save your life. We got people around here all the time. Andrea, I'm so glad that you came today. I'm so glad that you said yes, and, you know, like, I was
last minute.
Yeah, I told Stephanie last night, I'm like, what about Andrea? Like, she's new. She's not new, but she's a newcomer still, and she's definitely new to the cafe.
Yeah.
Which we are going to be opening up on the 31st. So if you guys are in, you know, we're going to be holding it to where, come on the day of your circle, please. That way you guys can come see us. It's important. We're going to do everything in our power to keep the social distancing. If you're sick, stay home. We'll be having food and coffee. We just can't wait to see you guys, and we're going to have some cool Story Bro sweaters and some shirts for sale that day. We got all sizes, and we got a lot of them. So know that we're ready for a bang. We can't wait to open back up. We can't wait to see you guys, and I can't wait to drink that coffee. If you guys need anything from us, you know how to reach me or Stephanie. We're right here, Reclaiming Lives Recovery Cafe. You can find us on the webpage. You can find us on Facebook. Andrea, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You killed it today, and I'm proud of you. You are a badass. All right, you guys. God bless.